In this video, you will learn what an execution context is and how to execute a workflow on KNIME Community Hub. This feature is available with a paid subscription of a theme plan. Are you ready? Let's get started. What is workflow execution? Executing a workflow means that you either run it ad hoc to see the results immediately or deploy it. You can deploy your workflow by, for example, scheduling it to run on a recurring basis to automate your work. The first thing to do if you want to use the execution capabilities of KNIME Community Hub is enabling the execution context. In a nutshell, an execution context is the environment that runs your KNIME workflows on KNIME Community Hub. Team admins can enable an execution context from the theme page. Navigate to the Execution Resources tab and click the button Create Execution Context. In the sidebar, you can configure the capacity you need to run your workflows. You can choose between 3 different capacities: small, medium, or large. Choose the capacity based on the workflows that you want to run. Choose small if you want to perform lightweight automation tasks. Choose medium for data processing use cases that usually run on your local KNIME Analytics platform installation. Or choose large capacity for more complex workflows that might require parallel processing power and fast computation times. Once you enable the execution context, don't worry about disabling it. The execution context will start automatically when you execute a workflow and stop once all the workflow executions are finished. This means that you're only billed for the time that the execution context is running. Now that the execution context is set up, go to the workflow that you want to execute. You can execute the workflow ad hoc or create a deployment. In this example, we cover ad hoc executions. This means that the workflow will be executed immediately. Click Run to start the execution directly from the browser. By default, KNIME Community Hub will run the latest version of your workflow, but you can select the previous one from the menu. You can also enable notifications to get an email about a successful or failed execution. After clicking Run, you can see the result of the workflow execution in a new tab of your browser. If the workflow includes components with visualizations, you can interact with it as a data app. Otherwise, you will only see a message of successful or failed execution. Every execution creates a job. Scroll down the workflow page to see all the jobs list, together with their state and any error or warning messages. Clicking the 3 dots on the right, you can perform various operations on the job, such as interacting with it, if it is a data app, or inspecting it in the job viewer. Finally, check out the documentation to find out the list of extensions supported by the execution context of KNIME Community Hub.